Okay, Rigo, again, thank you for being here. So, first questions, can you start by sharing a brief overview of your company and the role you play within the organization?
Yeah, so we're Square One, and we're a financial literacy company coming out of Vancouver. We're a nonprofit. So what we do is we teach high school students the basics financial literacy through 5 80-minute collaborative workshops, saving and taxes, budgeting, career development, banking, and we go classroom to classroom and actually teach classrooms of 30 students the basics financial literacy over 4 to 5 weeks. Once a week, we do the workshops. Most recently, we've kind of scaled and gone away from the face-to-face model, and we've moved into an online platform where instead of going, the students having an 80-minute workshop, they have three to five videos per unit of 5 to 7 minutes in length, where they can learn the basics financial literacy at their own time and at their own pace. And the most recent addition to that has been a budget and expense tracking app built by OpenWorks Canada.
Oh, that's fantastic. You know, that's impressive to see. So I recall when we started working with you, I mean, you were like, I would say, like at the very beginning of building your business. So what were some of the challenges or needs that you faced there that you expect to solve with our services?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge at first we saw during COVID because of the face-to-face interactions when students were no longer in school. We went from having around 150 students to less than 30 or less than 60. So that was kind of where we saw where we had to pivot and change our approach and move to an online platform. And that worked well, especially when we worked with you guys because we were already building our online course. So we already knew we had to pivot and move to away from the face-to-face format, move to an online way to reach more students, not just in Vancouver, but eventually across British Columbia and across Canada. And that's where you guys kind of came in and helped us build the budgeting expense tracking app to further promote practicing healthy financial habits outside of the classrooms.
Okay, that's great. So based on that work that we did, what change have you observed in your business operations or the overall efficiency of your platform?
Right now, we're still in the phase of releasing it and building up the marketing strategy to get into as many classrooms as possible. In terms of what it's helped us, it's really helped us change our approach where we focus almost 80% of our time on the in-person workshops, and now where that's probably around 30%. And the rest of that is basically us trying to figure out how we're going to have our classrooms virtually instead of in person. And by doing this, it's going to help us reach a lot more students nationally instead of just focusing on the 5 classes we had in Vancouver itself, limiting us to only around 600 students. If we do progress nationally with our online course and the app that you guys made for us, we can reach thousands of students.
Wow, that's fascinating. You know, one of the things that I love, Rigo, is to see how with our services, somehow we are helping entrepreneurs like you to have a bigger, larger impact in the community. So that's fantastic to hear.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, could you highlight one or two features of our services that have been particularly beneficial for your team?
I think the main one was before we even got going on building the app itself, we took probably a month to a month and a half of just discovery meetings. And that was basically us going over the ideas and kind of collaborating together and seeing what solution can reach the most amount of students and it's actually going to be the most beneficial. We did bounce around many ideas. We talked about whether we're going to put money into our existing online course or actually build an app, and we didn't really know what idea we wanted with the app. And finally, after like a couple meetings with us, we finally came to the conclusion of the budgeting expense tracking app would be the best because it'd be able to help students after our initial workshops. So I think that was like the main part of it. And the second part of it has been the continuous help that you guys have been serving us. Even throughout building the app and after building the app, you guys have still been connecting with us, seeing where you guys can help and add value to our business at the end of the day.
Out of those interactions, are there any memorable ones? Interactions with our team, let's say that made and what made it stand out? Things that you can say, you know, I remember this conversation or this interaction that was, I don't know, for whatever reason, impactful for you.
Yeah, I think we had this one meeting when we first established we were going to do an app. The original app idea before expense and budget tracking was just going to be financial calculators. And after we had one initial meeting about that, and we actually had a prototype version of it, we kind of all came to realize that wasn't going to serve our business and that was going to serve our students. So throughout that meeting, we completely changed the idea. And the next meeting after, you guys had another prototype of the expense and budget tracking app, which is what we eventually fell onto this date.
Okay, awesome. Tell us a little bit about that process that ended up with our connection.
Yeah, so how we ended up working together was I was competing at the Global Student Entrepreneurship Awards, the Canada finale in Victoria in June of 2023. And how it ended up happening is I placed fourth in the competition. And I won the Impact Award, and I was given $5,000 cash. And you guys actually gave me $15,000 USD of software development for placing in the competition. And ever since then, we used that money to create our budget and expense tracking app called Start Smart that we have now.
Okay, that's great. So, besides the character of the donation of the software that we did, how do you perceive the value of our services compared to, I don't know, the investment you have done so far?
Oh, I think it's invaluable. I think for us, especially coming from a nonprofit background where raising grants and raising funds is already really difficult, having a donation like this and the value added to our business has been exceptional. Before GSTA and before connecting with you guys, we had 300 students. Since June of 2023, we've already doubled that. We have 645 now, and we are looking to continuously grow that and reach over 1,000 students by the next year.
That's fantastic. I'm super happy. I got a feeling of, I would say, like accomplishment, because that's exactly what I was trying to accomplish with me participating in that process. So I'm super happy to hear that, Rigo.
Yeah, no, me too. It's helped us grow a lot, and it's definitely a big thing for us when we talk about competitions and grant applying. That we have a mobile app now, and because most other financial literacy startups don't have an online course, and they especially don't have a web app like we do.
Yeah, that's awesome. So looking ahead, are there additional ways you hope to expand or deepen your use of our services?
Yeah, so right now you guys built the app for us, which is perfect, and it's ready to be sent to thousands of students to be able to start using. I think in the future, one thing we're definitely looking at is upgrading our online course. It's built by our in-house team, so it's not built super robust. It's not the most secure platform. So definitely in the future, we're looking at upgrading that, and hopefully that'd be through you guys.
Okay, that's awesome. Super happy to be part of that process, Rigo. Well, and you already recommended us to Sarim, the CEO of Catering. So, and thank you for that. And we're already working with him.
Yeah.
So
I remember he was telling me about that when we were because we were in Kitchener for the competition, and he just came up and talked to me because I guess he saw me present about the app, and we talked about OpenWorks Canada in it. Okay. So and he was asking me about it, and then his dad's also in. You might know his dad. His dad's also in EO, but in the faction now in I think it's like Western Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
So then he was asking about it. So then, yeah, of course, I connected you guys, and I'm hoping you guys are working towards that.
Yeah, we already signed a contract with them, so they're going to be working with us. So that's
that's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. It is awesome. It is incredible to see how like a referral, like when you talk with clarity, I think with the people, yeah, those things happen. So how was that conversation? What did you say to him?
Well, he was asking me about how we went about developing a mobile app because he knew from the presentation we were a nonprofit, and how hard it is to kind of raise money with that. And I told him about how you guys collaborated with us after the GSCA finale in Victoria. And I said you guys are a great company. I said you guys built basically what my dream app has been for the last 5 years. And he was telling me about this catering business. Right now, their biggest struggle is their software. In terms of everything, the business-wise, from like the deliveries and all that, it's all working perfectly. But their biggest struggle has been their software, and that was kind of where they've been struggling at the most. So yeah, of course, I suggested you guys, and it seems like so far it's been working out perfectly. You guys have already signed the contract and moving forward with that.
It is. Yes, actually, the kickoff meeting is going to be tomorrow.
Oh, so, perfect.
Yeah, that's great. Well, is there any particular piece of advice or feedback that you've received from working with us that has been especially impactful for your business?
I think in terms of feedback you guys have given, it's been definitely think a lot bigger, because especially this is some feedback I've got a lot from GSE and EO members as well, as we've definitely always been thinking super small scale, reaching 100, 300 students. But I think ever since working with GSCA, EO, and you guys, it's always been looking at the bigger picture. Like, for example, with the app, originally we were thinking of making it using we used AWS, but the original plan was to have it so a lot less students can use. But you guys definitely pushed it so to have the platform being able to use by more people. And what that meant was we'd have to be paying a little bit more expensive of a monthly fee for it. But in terms of growth and expansion and scalability, it was definitely worth it to get to where we want to be in the future.
Okay, that's great. Well, I think that's it. Would you like to share any closing thoughts or additional comments that we haven't covered yet?
I mean, all I'd say is I think since June of 2023, since we started collaborating, like as I kind of said, we have doubled our business, we have double the students we have, and that's still with working with our in-person workshops. Once we get our online course sent out and our web app sent out, it's definitely going to take us to the 1,000, 2,000 student mark. And that's where I plan on coming back with you guys and working on expanding our online platform and making it work better for thousands of students instead of hundreds right now.
Okay, fantastic. I'm gonna stop the recording now.